until they can adapt and grow into the changes. Success in this stage will lead to a sense of the virtue of fidelity, and fidelity involves being able to commit oneself to others on the basis of accepting others, even when they may be ideologically very different. During this phase or period, they explore possibilities and begin to inform their own identity based upon the outcome of their exploration. Failure to establish a sense of identity within society can lead to roles of confusion. Role confusion involves the identity not being sure of themselves or their place in society. In response to role confusion or identity crisis, an adolescent may begin to experiment with different lifestyles such as work, education, and political activities. Also, pressuring someone into an identity can result in rebellion in forms of establishing a negative identity in addition to feeling just unhappy. Intimacy versus isolation is the sixth stage in Erikson's theory of psychosocial development. This stage takes place during the young adult years between the ages of 18 and 40, and it's during this period that major conflict centers around loving relationships with others. And during this period, we begin to share ourselves with others intimately. We explore relationships leading towards longer term commitments with someone or others through family members and friends and workmates. Successful completion of this stage can result in happy relationships and a sense of commitment, safety, and care within a relationship. Avoiding intimacy, fearing commitment, and relationships can lead to isolation, loneliness, and sometimes depression. And this all stems from back in stage one. If a person doesn't have trust, they're going to have difficulty forming relationships even in stage 6. But a success in this stage will lead to the virtue of love. The seventh stage, generativity versus stagnation, is Erikson's seventh stage, and this stage takes place between the ages of 40 and 65. And for those of you that don't know, and for me that's having a hard time saying it, generativity refers to making your mark in the world through creating or nurturing things that will outlast an individual. People experience a need to create or nurture things that will outlast them, often having mentees and creating positive changes that will benefit others. We give back during this phase to society through raising our children, being productive at work, and becoming involved in community activities and organizations. And through this generativity, we develop a sense of being a part of a bigger picture. Success leads to a feeling of usefulness and accomplishment, while failure could result in a shallow involvement in the world. By failing to find a way to contribute, we become stagnant and feel unproductive. Individuals may feel disconnected or uninvolved in their community and with the society as a whole. Success, however, in this stage will lead to the virtue of care. Ego integrity versus despair is the eighth and final stage of Erikson's psychosocial development. This stage begins at approximately 65 years and ends when you're passed away. As we get older, we become senior citizens and we tend to slow down our productivity and explore life in retirement years. It is during this stage where we contemplate our accomplishments and can develop integrity if we see ourselves as leading a successful life. We could see our lives as unproductive, however, feel guilty about our past, or feel that we did not accomplish our life's goals. We become we can become dissatisfied with our life and feel and develop despair, often leading to depression and hopelessness. But a success in this stage can lead to the virtue of wisdom. Wisdom enables a person to look back on their life with a sense of closure and completeness, and also accept death without fear. I'd like to give credit to Saul McLeod. He wrote an amazing article on all 8 stages of Erikson's psychosocial development. I hope you guys enjoyed this PowerPoint, a slide presentation, and have learned something new. I hope you take it to your classrooms and realize how much you affect a person's life, personality development, and what you deposit into their life will be used and utilized going forward. I hope we also realize that if a student is having issues with their personality or isn't normal, they may still be working on some identity crises that were not successfully completed in their previous lives. So doing this assignment has really opened up the possibilities of being more empathetic to children who need it and pushing students who can take it further in their development. You guys have a great evening.